My house was filled with music as growing up. My father was a huge influence on me. He's like a hippie from the 70s, like very influenced. So he was listening like to bits and whatever was coming out. Acid Jazz came out and he bought some discs home, and I really took to that, and I was like, this is what I want to do. This is what I feel. And then I discovered later in college, it was Rudaput College, I started there. They had a radio show during lunch breaks, and I got a slot. And I didn't know how to DJ. It was just two CD players, not even CDJs. No pitch control, and you could mix, you could blend rather. And I was like, what? You can actually, this is incredible, wow, you know? So I got into that. I started playing during lunch breaks, and then started discovering, obviously, the more technical equipment, and went to the UK for a year when I was 17 and started collecting records. Because that was the thing. You had to play, if you were a DJ, you had to play records. None of the record stores here really catered for the music I was into back in the day. I was listening to a lot of Mo Wax and Ninja Tune and just anything like a bit different or abstract. And I brought back a crate of records at the age of 18 and found friends with some turntables and hung out with them every weekend and just played and played and played and played. And finally we got our break at 206. Playing for free at the back. And that's kind of where the DJing started.
Learn to love yourself. So I had to either get with it or get out. And my need to get with it.
I think like the rituals, like it goes on forever for me. It's like, my full-time job is music. I come home, I'm searching for music. It's all around me. And it's constantly like, where can I fit, if I like something, if it works for me, where can I fit this in? So, I mean, the whole week is just like getting music, adding it to my iTunes library, and then come like Friday or come the night before a gig, which is usually weekend times, during the week sometimes. I'm just putting everything together, seeing what I can fill up on a CD. And the CD wallet is just kind of like really cut up into a whole bunch of genres that I like. So I know what's going on in here. Like I've got my kind of techno house from the beginning to kind of the middle, and then the dubstep and the bassier stuff, some dub and drum and bass, and kind of the 130 BPMs up in the middle. And then all the soul and hip hop and beats and all of that kind of falls at the end of the CD wallet. So I mean, at the end of the night, if I've had like a 2 sides night where I've done like 3 hours, the CD wallet's just a mess, man. It's just like CDs everywhere, because I'm kind of just going through the motions, going through the genres and flipping it. So I mean, the ritual, going back to the question, the ritual, it's ongoing. It's constantly like, tonight I spent probably like an hour just going through all the new stuff that I had, seeing what works for me, what I'd like to play, and then splitting it up into genres, cutting it up, and burning it and putting it into the wallet. Every single gig is a different situation. There's been some magical ones. Opening up for Little Dragon was one of the highlights of last year for me. The crowd was just with me from the get-go. That was just amazing, and I did exactly what I wanted to do, and they were running late and they were really happy with what I did. And you know, you never know. And I think as long as you've been playing and as many gigs as you get, you're never gonna know what to expect. And you just go and do what you do and do the best that you can. Just kind of represent your sound. And yeah, but it's never gonna be amazing every single one. But I think the more you do it, the more confidence you have. And even if there are ones where there's bad turnouts, you just go and do the best that you can and happy with what you've done. I think house music, it's the hub of the world in South Africa, Johannesburg. This is where house music lives. All the deep house guys from everywhere have played here and play here often and make a lot of money out of our country. And it's just really cool to be part of that, you know? All eyes are on Joburg. all eyes are on South Africa. People are really starting to stand up and take a look at what all the young kids are making. I know guys from around the world that make amazing house records but don't get to play a gig a month. And here, the guys play 6 times a week. You look at Shimza, you look at Coffee, you look at all these guys, and it's incredible what they can do and what they can play. And it's still music with integrity, and it's still music that doesn't have to be really cheesy. It's really soulful and it works. So yeah, Joburg's just an amazing place to be from that aspect.
Everybody forgot about the records themselves and was worried about the mixing.
In 2011, beginning of 2011, I was approached by Ricardo, and they were telling me about the idea of the new concept they want to bring into Soul Candy called Candy Roots. So they wanted to feature me as one of the people that are featured on the first volume of Candy Roots. And then at the time, Brett Jackson was really sick. So the person who was the label manager, or appointed as label manager at the time, was Alan, Kid Fonque. So that's how I met Kid Fonque, doing all the licensing and all the agreements and the paperwork and whatnot I had to do through Alan. And then I never knew at the time that he was Kid Fonque. I just knew Alan was the label manager of Soul Candy.
Keep a continuous stream of sonics running in your area. You don't do
I produce. Kid Fonque often comes to me with ideas, and then we sit down in studio, and then we start jamming, and then wherever he feels like adding something, I add it. If we feel like getting musicians coming, like vocalists for example, we jam them in, we do a track, song done, boom. My involvement in the album, I think I featured like 3 songs on the album. It's quite different to work with Kid Fonque, and I enjoy working with Kid Fonque in the studio. He can have different ideas because he listens to different types of music, and whenever he's in studio with me and just lays down, he might come up with, yo dude, I think you should play this way, do this that way, and then that's how we get, like for example, Usankhumbula.
Brilliant to kind of, be involved in the production here, seeing Kid Fonque, 2 sides kind of come to be, and then see it work 6,000 miles away in my home. That's been really brilliant. The album's still brand new, so I think it's growing, and a lot of the tracks from the album are being picked up by the DJs in the UK as well on radio. So yeah, I think it's got a long shelf life, Kid Fonque and Friends. I think it's an album that people are still going to be checking for in a year's time. I've not really collaborated with anybody as much as I have with Kid Fonque before, in terms of on productions, on remixes, and on Kid Fonque productions. It's become very easily. It's kind of, we both bring ideas to the table, and the tracks seem to come together pretty easily actually, which is nice because I've always worried about collaborating with people and found it quite difficult. It seems to just feel real natural with working with Kid Fonque, the Soul Candy guys. It's just gone very well.
Kodwa sangikhumbula ngiyakukhumbula nami ngiyakukhumbula njalo mawudlula ngiyakulunguza umuntuza kodwa une-attitude. I didn't know Kid Fonque. Like I knew of him, and we probably were in the same scene, but I didn't know who he was. And I think he heard one of my records, Sabenza, that I made with LV, and he was like, yo, this is dope. And I don't remember actually where we actually met, but I remember meeting up, and then we did a meeting, and then he just he got me onto a whole new world of the business side of music that I wasn't aware of, and I'm still learning. So he's kind of like my mentor that I didn't even look for in the industry. I view him as the guys who are making me take a lot of stuff seriously that I'm making, you know? Whereas before I just get the play of virtual DJ. You guys haven't heard this stuff on the radio or at the club. You need to appreciate it, turn up, and then people turned up. He's not just listening to house music, he's listening to a bunch of other stuff. That's why he got to hear my stuff. All producers or anybody I work with that will send me anything I'm interested in that I end up doing, that kind of brings a whole new level of learning, you know? Otherwise, I was a master DJ already because I play tracks that nobody else plays.
I've been very fortunate in the fact that I've been able to do what I love. Not many people have been able to do that, and I think it's just being aware and constantly pushing what you want to do. And I've been able to create like a small little scene in Johannesburg for the Kid Fonque DJ thing, and with the album coming out, my first productions have been received really well here in South Africa, and other tracks have been received really well in the UK and Europe. Got some of my heroes like saying good things and playing my records, which has been amazing. And I think just to keep at that and keep focused and keep kind of pushing forward, you know? So yeah, I definitely will be here for a while.